Hey treasure hunters, mystery lovers, and fellow Oak Island fanatics. Welcome back to the channel where we break down everything happening on the world's most legendary dig site. And today we're diving deep into what could be the most game-changing moment in the Curse of Oak Island's entire 12-season journey. Buckle in, because Season 12, Episode 21, titled The Solution, just threw open a door that has been locked for centuries. We're talking ancient artifacts, secret tunnels, possible medieval connections, and the craziest plan the Fellowship of the Dig has ever put into action, all before the first snowfall. But first, let's rewind to set the stage. Imagine this. You've spent over a decade digging, drilling, scanning, and searching on a tiny island off the coast of Nova Scotia. Millions of dollars, countless sleepless nights, and just enough teases to keep the dream alive. You've battled mud, floods, collapsed tunnels, and the most elaborate booby-trapped mystery in history. But then, just as the cold winds of winter begin to whip across the swampy shores of Oak Island, your machines start pinging. Not just any ping, but ground-penetrating radar showing structures. Man-made. Hidden. Buried deep beneath the swamp. Structures that shouldn't be there. Now that's a treasure hunter's adrenaline rush. And that's exactly what just happened. In Episode 21, the team's latest radar sweep uncovered evidence of even more structures beneath the infamous swamp. For those keeping score at home, the swamp has always been one of Oak Island's biggest question marks. For years, they've speculated that it might have been artificially created. A cover-up, if you will, for something hidden centuries ago. Now, the tech is backing that theory up. Not just natural debris, but engineered formations. Possibly tunnels, possibly walls, definitely not random. And just when the team needed it most, right before winter shuts down everything, they hatch a plan that might just push the entire search over the edge. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Solution Channel. Yes, it's got the kind of name that makes you feel like you're watching a Bond film, but the Solution Channel isn't fiction, it's very real, and the team believes it could connect key areas of the island. Maybe the swamp. Maybe the money pit. Maybe the truth. And here's the kicker, they're going in. Now, this isn't just poking around with a stick. This is a daring, last-chance excavation before snow and ice put a stop to everything. Think about that, decades of waiting, and now they're racing against time, literally burrowing into the island's secret underworld to chase what could be the final thread of the Oak Island riddle. And as if that wasn't enough, next week's teaser throws us a curveball that no one saw coming. There's something 4 down and 14 feet long. Wait, what? You heard it right. Something buried deep, 40 feet down, stretching out 14 feet. And whatever it is, it's not natural. It's treasure, one of the team members says. That's the only one of its kind. And then, boom, they drop this atomic historical theory. This could be medieval. That's right, in the era of the Templars. And then, hold up. Did they just say Knights of Malta? Yes. They did. Cue the conspiracy sirens. Let's talk about that for a second. The Knights of Malta are one of those secretive, ancient, European orders with roots in the Crusades, right alongside the Knights Templar. They're drenched in mystery, cloaked in power, and shrouded in legend. And now, the team is suggesting they may have come to Oak Island. Why? Because the artifact they pulled up, something ancient, ornate, and unlike anything else discovered on the island, seems to match styles and symbols linked to those very same knights. We've spent years tracing Templar theories, Roman connections, even ancient mariners from Africa or Scandinavia. But now, the Malta angle. That opens a whole new portal of possibility. And what do Rick, Marty, and the team suggest? We could get an answer, if we go to Malta. And then they say it. Then let's go. Friends, this is why we watch. This is why we wait all season through the mud, the metal detecting, the diver cams, the sonar scans. Because every so often, this island pulls back the curtain just enough to make us believe. Is this the treasure? Maybe. Is this the proof of pre-Columbian visitors? Possibly. Is it a centuries-old secret waiting to rewrite history? I wouldn't bet against it. And right now, as we stand at the edge of a frozen season, the team is throwing everything they've got into this final push. The Solution Channel could literally be the gateway, either to the treasure, or to the biggest historical reveal in Oak Island's history. And here's what makes it even better, they're taking us with them. To Malta. To history. To mystery. Think about it. What if all these years, all the clues, all the tunnels, all the booby traps, were leading here? What if this solution isn't just a channel, it's the solution to Oak Island? What if this is the end of the curse? And hey, if that sounds too crazy to believe, just remember, Oak Island has been doing the impossible for over 200 years. Why stop now? For years, the Oak Island team has been moving toward a kind of convergence, different lines of evidence slowly, stubbornly coming together. Coins from ancient Europe. Construction techniques that don't fit the timeline. The stone road. The Templar symbols. And now, an entire channel, perhaps engineered centuries ago, that could have been used to move something incredibly valuable from one end of the island to another, unnoticed. That's not just a hunch anymore. That's a lead. A bold one. And let's talk about bold moves. This team is risking more than money and machinery here. They're racing the weather, and everyone who watches the show knows what that means on Oak Island. When winter hits, it hits hard. The ground freezes. Equipment gets buried in snow. Time stops. So the fact that Rick and Marty are choosing to go now, full speed ahead into the solution channel, tells us something important. They think they're close. Not, maybe we'll find something next season, close. Right now close. Then there's the emotional weight behind this moment. You could see it in the team's faces during this episode, the fatigue, the hope, the urgency. For these guys, this isn't just a TV show or a cool side project. It's a mission. A legacy. Especially for Rick Legina, who's carried this dream since he was a boy reading about Oak Island in a Reader's Digest article. And now, as they prepare to descend into a structure possibly untouched for hundreds of years, you can feel the gravity of it all. It's not just about treasure, it's about truth. Let's not overlook the magnitude of the teaser artifact either. That's the only one of its kind, they say. That's a big statement, especially when we've seen all kinds of unusual finds on the island. Buttons, brooches, coins, nails, wood beams, you name it. But this piece. This one stands out. Enough to suggest a unique origin. Enough to trigger a full-blown international research trip. And it just might be the missing puzzle piece that finally ties the Templars, or the Knights of Malta, or some other shadowy brotherhood to the island. That is huge. And let's talk strategy. If the team believes the solution channel connects multiple major points on the island, like the money pit, the swamp, and the stone road, then it changes everything about how we view the island's layout. It means the treasure wasn't hidden randomly or haphazardly. It was part of a network. An engineered system meant to protect and perhaps even retrieve it, if the time, and the right people, ever came. If that's true, then the Oak Island mystery isn't just a treasure hunt. It's a masterwork of secret architecture. Think about that. So as we head into the next episode, the stakes have never been higher. There's a race against time, a centuries-old riddle hanging in the balance, and a team on the brink of something monumental. Whether it's the legendary treasure, undeniable historical proof, or both, the curse of Oak Island is inching closer to its climax. And we'll be right here, breaking down every discovery and every theory with you. Because if there's one thing we've learned after 12 seasons, Oak Island never gives up its secrets easily. But maybe, just maybe, this time, it will.